Episode 3, today we'll be talking about the unified programming model that Rx has. In particular, how it integrates with the rest of the world. And we'll see that today. So, again, what we're talking about is the first part, how the observables, how we represent asynchronous data streams. And so now, Bart mentioned in the first, I guess the 0th episode, about how observables actually are the unifying interface. And we'll see that in the code today. So this, in the center of this picture is like the happy nirvana. Actually, this is a wonderful slide that Bart did here.
Okay.
And so what it is it's a happy nirvana of, like, where everything is great. And we talked about, in the last episode, we showed how observables are better than .NET events. But actually, there's already a whole bunch of existing code that uses .NET events, and a whole bunch of existing code that uses enumerables, and a lot of code that uses just functions and tasks and the asynchronous programming model. But all of these things need to communicate together. And what we want to do is bring them into a common world. And so we actually have bridging methods that actually convert to and from the observable world into .NET events, into tasks, and everything else. And that way you can actually, you can bring your tasks and your events together into a common programming model for asynchronous data streams. And that's like what the power of Rx is. It gives us kind of the lingua franca to deal with asynchronous data streams. All right, so another thing we should note here is we're not replacing existing asynchrony, okay? So there's all these wonderful things like stream insight and tasks and all these great things. We want to have all those wonderful things, but what we have now is iObservable, which is the way we can talk with these, have these things communicate together. And it's all of them are just various forms of streams. And once we have that, we can have this unifying interface and then bring them together and then query them. So just like I said in the 0th episode, we're the glue that you can actually glue all these things together and compose them.
It's just like IEnumerable is the unifying sequence for a lot of data stores, like
yes.
A SQL database and a memory database and XML documents.
Yep, for the synchronous data streams.
For the synchronous data streams, indeed.
Yes.
So if this is the 0 with 1, I'm just going to say this. You introduced this as the 3rd.
I did? Oh, it's the 2nd then.
It's okay. That's fine.
Man.
You don't have to redo it.
Well, it depends if you're a VB programmer or a C# programmer. So I was trying to reach out to both of them.
Rock and roll. We can interact.
Okay, so unifying. So here we have a little text box. We're typing along with React. That's like the prefix of the string I'm typing. And each time I type, what I want to do is actually surface an event stream of strings, which is the current prefix. So I have the text changed event, and as it changes, for example, when I have the prefix React, I want to raise that event, and then off it goes to the server. And so we send this off as an asynchronous request. So there's an event going on here, and there's an asynchronous request here. So we have like 2 forms of kind of asynchronous data streams already. And so we send this off to the server, and then the server is going to respond back. And when it responds back, the response itself is, is the asynchronous part of the stream. And it comes back with a bunch of dictionary words that it's going to suggest to us. So at a high level, we have this event stream, and for each time the event fires, we want to go off and make a request to the server. And this is like the canonical dictionary suggest you have in like Ajax applications. And so we combine these 2 things together. Again, we convert them into the observable land, which is how we represent these things, and then we bind it back to the result.
So you're really composing 2 data sources here.
That's right. We're composing the 2 data sources together. And so that is like the beauty of Rx, is we can bring together events and asynchronous programming and into one common model. All right, so let's have Bart show us what that means in code.